Hi there, Jonathan Herps again, and welcome back. Today's a bit different. I get asked a lot by CEOs why they would need a coach and mentor, and also what makes scale up OS, scale up growth so different. So I thought I'd just do a quick recording on it for you. I also put together a doc, just to, I'm going to write a blog on this as well. So if you'd like a copy of this, just reach out into the show notes down below and you'll see my email address and I can send it to you. Hopefully that'll help. So, yeah, why do you as a CEO need a coach? Well, I mean, I think the first place to start is, with some of those key people who have used coach. Bill Gates, everybody needs a coach. Eric Schmidt, chairman of Alphabet and the former CEO of Google, everybody needs a coach. Um, I think, and excuse me, I'm going to jump down a bit, but there's another quote down here I really love. This is Ronnie Lott. He talked about Bill Campbell, who mentored Apple and Google executives. Now, when we say that, he mentored Steve Jobs and Eric Schmidt, so the boss of Apple and the boss of Google at the same time. But this is it. Great coaches lie awake at night thinking about how to make you better. Coaches are like great artists getting the stroke exactly right on the painting. They're painting relationships. Most people don't spend a lot of time thinking about how they're going to make someone else better. But that's what coaches do. You know, my clients will tell you that every once in a while they'll get a text from me late at night, because I've been sitting outside under the stars, maybe with a glass of whiskey in hand, thinking about their business, and I've had a bit of a brainwave. Let's just go back a bit. One of the things is that the highest performers in business, sport, and life all share one thing in common. They work with a coach. But it's interesting, the large majority of CEOs and senior executives don't actually have a coach. In fact, research shows that over 60% of leaders are embarrassed to ask for coaching, as if needing help signals weakness. But the truth is, the CEOs who seek out coaching are not broken. They're the ones who are most ready to grow. There's a fellow who I respect enormously called Marshall Goldsmith. He's written a number of fabulous books, but one of the key ones is what got you here won't get you there. How are you as a CEO founder to learn to scale your business and also scale it in such a way that you get your life back? Yeah, is this you? Are you bogged down in unproductive meetings? Are you doing everything yourself because you can't trust others to do it right? I can guarantee you, you're not alone. Entrepreneurial CEOs often build their success on grit, ingenuity, and doing it themselves. But what helped you build the business will eventually hold you back from scaling it. If you're feeling stuck, it's time to ask for help, not because you're failing, but because you're ready to move. So what does a coach actually do? I reckon there are four roles of a scale up, at least of a scale up operating system business coach like me. When we partner with a CEO or a leadership team, we play four critical roles to accelerate the growth and create breathing space for you as the leader. Firstly, it's the co-architect. You're the master builder of your company, but even the best builders don't draw the blueprint alone. Using proven frameworks like the Four Decisions model, Rockefeller habits, scaling up, EOS, top grading, metronomics, we borrow from the best of the best out there, and then we co-design your growth roadmap with you to build a thriving, scalable business. One of the first things I do with my clients is we work out a 3-year vision for you, your business, and for you personally. We then translate that into a one-page doc, which is a 3-year leader's intent, so that your team knows exactly where you're going. And then we put together with your leadership team normally, we identify the 3 to 5 winning moves that will, each one of which will either double your revenue or double your profit in the next 3 years. And then we translate that into a 12-quarter roadmap and focus on 90-day sprints. So we co-design with you your growth blueprint. Second one is a teacher. All myself and my coaches, we go through rigorous certification and continuous recertification. We're expert instructors in scaling up tools and Rockefeller habits, and as I said, the other frameworks, teaching you how to apply them practically and immediately. As a conductor, you know, more often than not, if not in fact with my new clients, always, the modern CEO is overwhelmed by information, books, podcasts, webinars, videos. But without a clear framework, this content pulls you in conflicting directions. So we act as your conductor, orchestrating what your leadership team reads, watches, and implements, ensuring it aligns with your growth plan. And in many ways, yeah, we actually encourage to read less in some ways, but focus on what's most important at any one point in time for the growth of your business. And I also act as a confidant. Leadership is lonely. Every CEO, in my belief, needs a safe, trusted sounding board to think out loud, challenge your assumptions, and process emotions. We provide that confidential space and ask the hard questions that unlock the next level of clarity. So how does a coaching transform your business and your life? So first and foremost, we fast track your growth. Most CEOs are only a few shifts away from unlocking exponential growth, but they still can't see it from inside the business. Our approach draws on the thinking of world-class business leaders. You know, Jim Collins, good to great, Vern Harnish, scaling up, and the Rockefeller habits, Brad Smart, top grading, Patrick Lencioni, the five dysfunctions of a team, Kai-Han Krippendorf, outthink the competition, and many others. I work on a theory called R&D, rip off and duplicate, but I'll always tell you where I get the tools or the information from, literally standing on the shoulders of giants. And we help you apply the right tools at the right time to grow faster with less chaos, and also for you to get a life back. I think that's a critical part. So, secondly, to become a stronger leader. As a coach, I help you improve your self-awareness, sharpen your decision making, and help you execute at a higher level. Yeah, here's that quote from Ronnie Lott again. I won't go through it, but straight in detail. And then finally, what we do is we break free from invisible limits. Many leaders build cages without realizing it. The cage of always needing to be right, the cage of saying yes when you should say no, the cage of compromising your standards and blaming others, the cage of firefighting instead of leading. Particularly, that's a particular one for founder CEOs. A coach will help you unlock these cages and step fully into your role as an empowered CEO. And the best part, these breakthroughs impact not only your business, but your life as well. So how do you choose a coach? I believe it's a 4+1 rule for choosing a coach. Firstly, content. Does the coach bring world-class frameworks and practical tools relevant to your growth journey? I've spent nearly a decade putting together my frameworks, my tools, my playbooks, all of which are available to you in very simple forms that you can overlay onto your business in a very short period of time. Credibility. Do they have a battle-tested experience scaling businesses? You know, so many of the coaches out there have never led a company, have never founded a company. You know, I'm a 4+ CEO from businesses from small 5 staff up to 800 I've been a CEO of. I've also been a non-executive director of multiple businesses. Cash. Can the coach show that they can deliver a clear return on your investment? And finally, and most really important, do you enjoy working with them? Is there a chemistry? Do your values align? You're going to be working with a coach for a long time. It's the no dickheads rule, excuse my language. I won't choose to work with a client if I just feel that that we're not going to click. And then there's the extra one, and that's commitment. Are you, as a CEO founder, willing to commit to the process for the long haul? Because the reality is the true value of coaching compounds over time. And I've got to say to you, my average lifetime value of client is 3+ years, and I have one client who's been with me now for 9 years. You know, these are long-term relationships. So the key thing, stop feeling lonely at the top. If you feel like you're stuck juggling too much, if you know your business has more potential, if you're ready for a bigger future, now's the time to act. I work with CEOs who want more clarity, momentum, and peace of mind, and I help you get there faster. One of the key characteristics of my core client, my core customer, is that they could get there by themselves. The reason they hire me and engage me is because I can bring that transformation along far quicker than if they try and do it themselves. So listen, I offer a limited number of zero cost growth plan consultations each month, just 45 minutes. We can work to create a high level roadmap for your next 3 years of growth. Love you to book a call. Please reach out down below to the email down below and let's have a chat. Thanks so much for listening to me. Cheers.